1,600 miles from from Texas to Washington, D.C. to support this bill. Tomorrow is his birthday. We have a tradition in our household. Got to sing happy birthday. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. All right.
What are you excited about for having Donald Trump as the president?
I'm excited that he will finally give us a closed border once again.
What's your message to all the illegal immigrants?
Get the hell out of our country, you disgusting pieces of shit.
Hey, don't talk like that.
Would you ever be friends with an illegal immigrant?
Never.
Never. Would you be friends with a liberal?
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATB with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time.
Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise.
And here it is.
Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters, the only show on the internet that isn't announcing that America's back because we don't think it went anywhere. Eric Zane, how are you today, sir?
Never better. Never better. You know, I mean, from yesterday and the day before to today and the day after, I'm still great. I've always been great again.
Let's make Eric Zane great again.
Impossible. Already great.
I don't want to jump ahead because obviously we're celebrating the new Trumpization of the United States. And I think that because we have to address your personal life, I want to know over the weekend, which one of these two were you?
Lions fans stunned.
I feel like you're the broad on the right?
You know, it's crazy. I lucked out because I had a commitment for the first half of that game. So I knew they were getting raped.
Yeah.
They were getting forcibly boned. So I just drove home and went to bed. I didn't even turn the fucking thing on.
Oh, that's kind of the best thing, I guess, that you didn't have to live through.
Yeah. So yeah, it's horrible. It's just another way for them to fuck with us. It's a long goddamn con.
Yeah, well,
holy shit!
In a series of long goddamn cons, I saw your for our video audience. You see that he's listed as the same old Lions, so I figured we'd start with that. And my condolences. I wanted a Bills Lions Super Bowl just because it would be fun for you and Carl to talk for 2 weeks, but. Maybe next year, as they say, but more importantly than sports, more importantly than the new leader of the free world, tell everybody how Super Chats work on this show.
Well, Christian, there's one of a couple ways. First of all, if you have something that you want Christian to sign off with, because if you're just sick and tired of his smugness and you want him to make an ass out of himself, come up with something ridiculous for him to say. Maybe make him make some type of gesture that could be interpreted as a I love you, or a like some type of maybe a leader during World War II used to do. I don't know. If you put a dollar amount to it, the one with the highest dollar amount, that's how he will sign off the show.
Look,
also,
it's kind of an unwritten rule that if you give us enough money on this show, Eric and I will sig hail after every video. I just wanted to make sure that people knew that.
Fair enough.
There is a dollar amount. I don't know what it is, but there is
$500. We'll go sig heil at the end
we'll
of
actually
every.
Say it, yeah.
But also, if you just think we're fucking great because we are, it's okay to give us your fucking money. Let me just be honest with you. Every other show on this network sucks. Okay, there's no reason to give any of your money to those losers. Give it to us. We deserve it more. I know that I do all the work setting up the clips and getting them ready. Kristen's just along for the ride.
I'm just the eye candy. That's actually the only reason that I'm here. I was on Point Double Point yesterday, as I was telling you beforehand. The Mud Shark made an appearance. So that's when I realized, I'm going to be clipped and shown all over Reddit.
That's amazing. I just found this out a couple minutes ago. Yeah. Was he all right? Was he a fucking idiot? Was he okay?
No, he made a good appearance, and he even said that he wasn't going to porn bomb. People were not necessarily thrilled to see the Mud Shark, but we needed to get the truth from him because Trucker Andy was just putting wildly inaccurate information out there. But check out PDP on this channel or wherever you get audio podcasts. Because there are some things more important than the Mud Shark.
Who are these innovations? We ask, who are these innovations?
What the fuck did he say?
I believe he said, "Who are these inaugurations?" And I got that. I got that from Doug about 3 weeks ago. Thank you, Doug. And it's really fitting for our first video that we have because, and thanks to David Brailsford for $2. Right now, that's the winner. I don't know how to sign off if I don't have anything. So somebody's got to give us $2.01. So we're gonna spend a lot of time with the actual inauguration festivities from yesterday. But before yesterday even happened, there were a lot of events over the weekend, including the Hispanic inaugural ball. And that event inexplicably gave us this. Fasten your seatbelts. Get ready.
God bless America.
America, land that I stand, sanctify me and guide me through the night for the night for the Lord.
Bring it home,
From
sister.
the mountain
She knows that part.
to the prairie.
Cheryl Hines knows it.
To the ocean.
She Asian or Mexican?
Right before.
It's a great question because this is the Hispanic inaugural ball, but this lady is Korean. So I'm
okay. I thought
really not sure why this is happening.
Yeah, I don't even know why she's in there.
And look, we've had some fun at his expense, but you have to really feel for RFK Jr. right there. As we know, he's been ankle deep in grizzly bear blood, had his arm inside the blowhole of a humpback whale carcass. But this has to be the most disgusting thing he's ever had to look at. And Cheryl Hines is just like, I mean, is this really what I signed up for?
No doubt. You know what? She looks saucier than ever to me.
Cheryl Hines?
Like she just got it like right up the dumper before this picture was taken.
Odds are she did.
God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America.
She looks like one of those rich fucks in the Hunger Games.
My home, sweet home.
Oh, God.
Yes, she was here representing District 14.
Exactly. Right.
Oh, so that was a late addition. Finding that was early
horrible.
this morning. I know. I figured like, well, we have to set the tone.
Right. I was hoping that one of Trump's his fucking gulag getters would grab her and throw her out of the country just for being there in the first place.
That was on Saturday. He couldn't do that yet. Yeah. Remember, this is a whole new America starting today. So we're going to talk about the inauguration. We do have to address that it was moved indoors for the first time in 40 years, despite being 6 degrees colder than it was in 2021. So my observation on that is, I guess that there's a new saying we'll have to use when we talk about being forceful with a woman, and that's you should grab him by the trump. He needed to go inside. And he said that it was for everyone else because it wasn't safe for them. There's only one person he gave a shit about. He didn't want to be cold. And you know what? He's a president. If he didn't want to be cold, he didn't have to be cold. But there's a lot of sort of things setting the table for that. But I found this one, I think, on TikTok.
What I think about Trump's announcement is that he claims to represent the party of tough guys who want to bring back manhood and masculinity and invade Greenland and Canada, but they can't handle a cold snap in Washington, D.C. How's that going to work out?
Oh, it's going to work out because they're going to be warm when they tell you to fucking go back and live in your box, fuckhead.
Right, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody has been grasping at straws about just one day in, and everybody was just looking for every little tiny thing to bitch about.
Oh, he put his hand on the Bible. Elon Musk. Oh my God, it's cold outside, and he's inside. Oh,
fuck. I hate Trump, and I'm not even falling for that shit.
No,
fucking morons.
They were supposed to, that Bible that he forgot to put his hand on is a new Trump Bible that they were, that Lee Greenwood told us they were going to start rolling out. But what's that?
He doesn't need to put his hand on it. He wrote the goddamn thing.
True. So as any of us who watched it saw, there was plenty of room in the rotunda for the people who actually run the country, the top elected officials, and of course, all the tech billionaires who had the better seats than our world leaders. If you were one of those diehard, try and true MAGA foot soldiers, in some cases spending thousands of dollars to travel to Washington, D.C., bought tickets to be up close, you were shit out of luck like this.
I guess safety was of the utmost, and there was concern for the cold. Actually had tickets to be way up close, and so now I won't be there. And I'll be actually more because I have a skirt that is flag skirts. So I'm going to be wearing red, white, and blue.
So I didn't realize that RFK Jr. had transitioned after that last video.
It was remarkable. She got like 2 words out. And I was like, well, this is the gag, right? Holy fucking shit.
Yeah. So that's and I think that it's got to be disappointing because she won't be around 4 years from now. For the next
No, and thank God. No one needs to see that. No.
Confused. Yeah. I'm kind of, I have a granddaughter with us, and I'm disappointed because this was like a big trip for us. And
your granddaughter couldn't be happier that she's not going to have to sit out in 20-degree weather. Yeah. So there were a lot of people were disappointed, of course, Easy.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm Trump, and I realize that if it's outdoors, I might come in contact with those 4 bitches, I'd move it inside just for that reason alone. If it was 50 degrees, I'd move it inside. I wouldn't have to sit to watch the losers that voted me in the first place. I don't want to see those fucks.
Well, I think that's what it really comes down to.
Yes, these are shit people. Trump doesn't like those scumbags. That he doesn't actually care about you morons.
No.
Jesus Christ.
He cares about his boy Elon, Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, and probably Rogan. But that's
right.
Probably
Other
about
than that, just accept it. He hates your guts. You're a loser.
So at an event like this, people are going to ask the question, who are you wearing? Or in the case of Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, people are going to just look at him and ask, what are you not wearing? So he walks in. This is to sit down and watch him. He's got on a hoodie and shorts, keeping in mind it's 20 degrees. It's 20 degrees outside. So I want to know, if it was outside, would he have dressed the same way? Because I just want dedication to the bit from John Fetterman.
He, it's not only the attire that's unbelievable. First of all, I give him credit for staying true to himself.
Yeah.
But did you see the way he ambulates? He actually oafs. That would be describing how he moves. He's oafing through the room. He's like 6'11", 500 pounds. Of course he's going to wear that. He's a goddamn ogre.
Yeah, look, they don't make a tuxedo in that size.
I'm actually happy that he dresses like that. And I'm sure all the other people are, because when they see him coming, he stands out. It's like, oh, he's here. Get out of the way. Avoid.
I'm sure there's no odor that goes with wearing that hoodie every day.
What a slob. Who are the idiots that voted for that guy?
Well, their other choice was Dr. Oz. You always have
I would have voted for Dr. Oz because he dresses like a man.
Yeah, but he smells foreign, so that's probably why ultimately people didn't. So
I got to catch up real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jay Lorder says, "God bless America" for $1.99.
I don't even know what that means. Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but this might be like $1.
Yeah.
John's
John's abused toilet with 500
welcome
Nokia dollars. I don't know what those are.
I don't even know what the fuck this means. Something about I love the orange face and those perky lips.
Well, that's all right. We gotta read what they say. I hereby welcome my liege Dom Diddy Donald into the White House again. I love that orange face and those perky lips. Damn. F you, Zane. Oh, and look at the way they wrote out.
Yes, now that's clever. I lost it when he spelled liege, L-E-G-E, which might be how to spell it, but I didn't.
No, there's an I in there. Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
because you've never had a liege. That's
no.
Problem.
So thank you. I don't know what that. If anyone knows that currency, could you please let us know, because then we can do that.
Yeah, Carl's usually pretty quick to know. He knows what all the dollar amounts are. So
someone has said 500 Norwegian krone equals $44.26 US. That's very sweet. Thank you.
That's going to be our winner. But you know what? Does somebody have 501 Norwegian kroners? I don't know. Let's find out as the show goes along. So even Mark Zuckerberg couldn't help but notice what someone in particular was wearing, seated next to Jeff Bezos's fiance, Lauren Sanchez. So you're just noticing, and this clip has gone around. So that's why I've got it. It's very short. He just kind of looks down, takes the time to stare down at her dress, and looks over at Bezos. He's like, nice. There's multiple Facebook posts where they compare that to Costanza looking at on Seinfeld, looking at the NBC network executives' daughters.
She's a babe, and she had that little peekaboo bra, they called it, which I was like, I mean, if you're wearing something called a peekaboo bra, I mean, come on now. That's it's set up to have people take a little peekaboo.
Well, not everyone appreciated the way that Lauren Sanchez was dressed.
I will tell you, this is not my first time saying she dresses like a hooker, because she does. And we called out, we had to deal with some Hollywood PR firm. I can't remember who we were trying to get, but we tried to avoid those people, but sometimes you can't. And this PR agent went off on our booker. They're so angry because they represent her or they do some business with her. And she had, talked to them, whatever. It's like those two don't like to be made fun of. Yep. He's done a lot to change his look. He looks nothing like he looked 20 years ago. I don't think she's seen a doctor. She doesn't want to go under the scalp. I mean, you tell me. That's not natural.
Super petty.
And that's fine.
Yeah, and by the way, she's criticizing her for not needing plastic surgery. And we've talked a lot about Megyn Kelly. Yes, she looks wonderful. There is a lot of work done under that hood. It's taken an entire pit crew to get her to look like this at her age.
Absolutely. This is silly for her to. I mean, because like you said, Megyn looks good, but she's starting to look like one of those Rankin Bass characters, like the guy, the fucking conductor with the big chin. That's what I'm starting to see.
I thought she looked like the mayor in A Town Without a Santa Claus, who doesn't let anyone celebrate Christmas. She's kind of got that very,
Burgermeister.
very strong tongue. Yeah, Meister Burger. Yeah. Megyn Burgermeister.
Either way, it's not good. It's not good at all. No. So shut the fuck up and just let chicks be hot if they want to be hot. But she used to tart it up all the time. Like anybody gave a shit about what she said when she was on TV because she was reading a goddamn prompter.
Yeah,
okay,
right,
there's a reason why they showed her legs all the time, because she looked great. So fuck off.
A doctor. She doesn't want to go under the scalp. I mean, you tell me. That's not natural. No. And that's fine if that's your choice, but have some dignity and some respect for your setting in your circumstances. No one should be talking about your tits. Sorry. They should be talking about the inauguration.
And that's why I let that clip go so long, because I love on the way. Yeah, I'm like, well, no. We should definitely be talking about her tits.
Yeah, absolutely. Who gives a shit? You can't tell everybody what to think, what to say, what to do. If people fuck off. Jesus Christ.
And thank you to Wayne Bond, who became a YouTube member here on the Who Are These Podcast channel. If you become a member, you will get to watch WATP live Wednesdays and Saturdays, and also get some bonus content like the recent crossover with The Dick Show. So even people who were happy to see Trump getting sworn in weren't happy the whole day. Candace Owens, who we've featured on this show before, there is one moment the entire day where she asked to be removed from her live stream because she did not want to share her image with what was going on in Washington. Let's see what could possibly have done that.
Let us pray.
Okay, she realizes.
You can take me out for this, Mark.
Rabbi,
your prophet Jeremiah walked the streets of Jerusalem. Experience your love and your blessing.
A little bit of a jump
be thy will, and let us say,
Amen.
Amen.
This is the only time during her stream.
She doesn't like Jews?
Let us pray for our 47th president.
No, she does not. No.
Really? Does she say it? Hey, I don't like Jews? Does she
actually say very upfront about it. Yes. Despite the fact that she used to work for the Daily Wire, she does not.
I don't like Jews.
Yeah. She's like, I am not going to be on there. So her buddy, Nick Fuentes, had an issue with a different religious leader. He did not take himself off the screen. The Reverend Lorenzo Sol did a interpretation of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. And let's see what our buddy Nick thought about it.
And of the pilgrim's pride from
Nick
every mountain
tolerating it.
Let freedom ring, and because
Let's be classy.
From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring.
Come on now.
From the mighty mountains of New York,
All right.
Let
This
freedom
isn't a
ring
drum circle.
from the heightening Alleghenies of
My favorite
Pennsylvania.
line.
Let freedom ring
Where's the
from the
decorum?
curvaceous hilltops of California. But God, we're asking you not only that. Let freedom ring from
Is this the guy that sucked cock?
Let freedom ring
Allegedly,
from
Destiny,
Mountain
yeah.
in Tennessee. Black men and white men, Protestant and Catholic, Jew and Gentile will be able to sing.
Oh, I agree
in the
with
meaning
him.
Of
This
that
is
old
terrible.
Negro spiritual, free at last.
Ugh.
Free at last.
This is
Thank you,
embarrassing.
God Almighty. We are free at last.
Where's the decorum?
Yeah. It's not a drum circle. That was when I knew
God
I was going to
damn.
pull that clip and play it for the show.
that
that
was
was
great.
not the most embarrassing thing that Lorenzo Sol did yesterday, because he posted this shortly thereafter.
I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to go buy the official Lorenzo Sewell coin. I want you to be able to see politics become manifest, not just in a way where we're praying over political gatherings, but where we're seeing us become the hands and the feet of the Lord Jesus Christ. Would you help me?
Yeah.
Is he like
Would you
outside
help
of the
him?
bathroom there? Is he about to go take a dump? Look,
I think he probably already took the dump, and
I think he
had,
was
yet
in the
to watch his
bathroom.
thing.
They closed the door. Oh, I'm on. Okay.
Yeah, those were definitely some good acoustics. We gotta circle back to our pal Nick Fuentes, because the Reverend wasn't the only person who drew his ire during the course of his coverage. He zeroed in on J.D. Vance, and here's what he had to say as the now vice president stood there with President Trump.
Look at how fat and disgusting this person is. Look at how fat, ugly, and disgusting his face is.
Circling him with the cursor.
What a fat, ugly, disgusting human being. Look at how his face carries the fat. Look at how this disgusting fatty has face fat hanging off of his fucking face.
I looked at him, I remember.
And look at
years
that
ago, he
fake
was
laugh.
actually on my side. And then one day
What
he
the
was
fuck
so
is that?
bitter.
What's
He
going
was
on?
voting against it.
Sorry
He hated the concept
for the
of-
language, but seriously,
of,
there
not
are
going to war with everybody. Let's kill
no
everybody.
bigger
Let's spend a
fakers
lot of
than
money on
this
military equipment.
asshole and this fat, ugly pig.
So he circled Mike Johnson, and then he circled J.D. Vance. By the way, Nick's making some sense today. I'm just saying.
Isn't he pals with Trump, though?
No, I think that he had dinner. I think Milo brought him to have dinner with Trump back when they were tight.
Yeah.
And then Trump had to disavow the fact. He's like, I didn't know who he was. He knew who he was. So I think he's a little bitter. I think Nick's a little bitter since.
So, I mean, interestingly, I mean, I can imagine who this guy's. You said his name was Fuentes? Nick Fuentes?
Yeah, Nick Fuentes, yes.
Who his audience is. Isn't he like alienating every one of them by talking shit about these guys?
I think that there's a little bit of that, but the Groyper audience, as they're known, they appreciate that he's such an outspoken white nationalist that they might disagree on Trump because Trump doesn't go far enough, perhaps.
Okay. So they're like letting him slide.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think.
Okay.
But let's let him finish up though.
And
This ridiculous petri dish creature,
they destroyed
Paul
and
Ryan
deleted all
clone,
of that information
and
they
then
wrote
this
for
fat
almost 2
ass
years against
who I
Trump.
hate.
And
I
they-
mean,
that fat.
Paul Ryan was ripped and in tremendous shape. So you keep Paul Ryan's name out your mouth, all right?
I don't JD Vance doesn't strike me as fat. He just seems like a dad to me.
Well, that's the interesting thing is that he used to be fat. Like we've shown pictures of him in high school and stuff. He was fat. He's not fat anymore.
Melania was in the background, and is that the black spy from Spy versus Spy?
Thank you, Dwyer Christian. We will comment on Melania's outfit in a moment. There's a lot of fun stuff that's not worth showing where Biden is sitting there while Trump is, 10 feet away talking about what a terrible president he was and all the hard
I
work
love
he
that
has
moment.
to do.
It's incredible.
It's all great. It's just it doesn't really translate as a clip because it's throughout the whole thing. He's just shaking his head. There is a great moment where you see Hillary just can't take it when he talks about renaming the Gulf of Mexico.
The name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name.
He hasn't laughed that hard since the last time Bill said, "I'm sorry." She just couldn't be laughing harder. And look, I get it. People love this guy. He's the president now. Not everything he says has to be great. There's real freedom fries karma tied to calling it the Gulf of America. You can call it whatever you want, but it's on maps all over the world. So you can call it the Gulf of America if that's what you want. And,
yeah, I don't even have it. I don't give a fuck what he calls
No,
it.
I don't
I
either.
don't care if he says Gulf of suck my dick. It doesn't matter to me. I don't
Well,
give a
that
shit.
I would care about because that would be great. That you want to talk about making America great again. So there were obviously a lot of professionals there to celebrate President Trump, and no one more professional than Carrie Underwood. But unfortunately, whoever was supposed to play her track did not do their job, and I've left a lot of this here.
Forces Chorus and Carrie Underwood.
What
Okay.
a smoke show.
Carrie Underwood, what, Barron? Yeah, I agree.
No, not Barron. Well, Barron is a very handsome young man.
Yes, he is. So,
But can
all
you imagine if he had sex with Carrie Underwood?
Carrie Underwood could probably imagine it. She's probably 20 years older than him, twice his age. So she's ready. Easy. She's got the mic. What do you think's going through everybody's mind? All right, let's get to this. And we've not slowed this down. We've not sped this up. So
And no one's yet looking around. Everyone's just kind of like staring at their feet.
Well, no, look at Biden. He's making sure his life insurance is up to date. Oh, wait, we heard the song and we had like 2 seconds of it. And so
that was the accompanying music.
Yeah. Clinton's just trying to not stare down at her ass for like the 5th time because she's right in front of him. Although I guess Kamala is blocking his view of her ass.
I wish she was wearing something like Bezos' wife, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's wearing way too loose of clothing, in my opinion.
Yeah. So still waiting, by the way, in case our audio audience is wondering why we're vamping. And
look at Clinton's cracking jokes in the background. Biden doesn't even know that he was ever a president.
Yeah. And,
there's Vivek Ramaswamy wearing the pink coat.
No, that's JD Vance's wife.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Common mistake. Anyway, she decides to sing a cappella and does a great job. And I have no time for a clip like that. Just everyone standing around awkwardly.
Yeah.
So she did great. And yes, she looked tremendous. I think that goes without saying. So she was able to overcome adversity. There was an obstacle that was no fault of her own. However, later that evening, Billy Ray Cyrus, this was entirely on him. Sorry, it's lower than I thought it was.
That's Billy Ray?
Yeah, but listen to him. So he's growling through Lil Nas X song.
He
that's
can
not
sing.
his.
Why is he doing that?
He can. He's apparently on the Stuttering John diet, and he's 2 30-packs of Coors Light deep at this point in the evening. So
it's like fucking dime store Rob Zombie.
Yeah. So he's going to stay up there, and he can't get his guitar to play. So at least this clip is the volume that I wanted. So the guy, you see the tech guys there, like, yeah, you can't get it to play.
I'm on, but it ain't playing, man.
What an asshole.
I guess it's dead.
I guess
you know
it's
what?
dead.
Hell, just stab your fingers. That's okay, bud. That's okay.
So he wants him to snap fingers. Yeah, the guitar is as dead as Billy Ray Cyrus's career for the last 20 or 39 years.
Well, he was singing that Old Town Road song, which was a massive hit for him. And if he wasn't fucked up right there, whatever the fuck is wrong with him right now, that would have been a great moment. So partially on him, but I mean, I don't know, maybe he's sick or something. Who knows? But that is fucking horrible.
No. That's definitely dry, coarse throat. I definitely run into that in my day. So he's like, all right, let's get rid of this stupid guitar. We'll try and get people to snap. All right. Remember this one?
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. Oh, like this. Or you can tell your friend just what a fool I've been and laugh and joke about me on the phone. There you go. Or you can tell my own, go back to the phone. Or you can tell my feet to hit the floor. Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more.
Come on, bring it up, Billy Ray.
Don't tell
Help
my
him
heart, my head can break it.
Oh, they're helping him.
I just don't think you'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my head can break it off.
Jawari Christian, okay, I'm hiding behind the couch. Oh, I mean, between that and the Korean lady singing "God Bless America," it was a great day for music. What does Patrick Everett say there?
Patrick Everett says, "Looks and sounds like the ghost of the Macho Man, Randy Savage."
he's not wrong.
Step into my achy breaky heart. Oh yeah.
Well, look, it wouldn't be a Trump celebration without Elon Musk jumping around the stage like a hyperactive 9-year-old whose parents are trying to wean him off of Ritalin. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. But Hamilton Berger, thanks for the $2. Least annoying rendition of Achy Breaky Heart ever. It's true. I've never enjoyed that song more than I did just now watching that here on the show. All right. So Elon's going to do his Elon thing. There he is. He's got the arms out. And, I'd want to. Yeah, I'd want to say he shouldn't be celebrating Trump did this, but Elon did really do pretty much all of this. So he does get to have his victory lap.
This is what victory feels like.
Yes. Yes. It's not really, his victory, but he was involved. So
It's such a clumsy ass putz. I mean, what he has in millions and chicks. This man has no fucking soul. And when I mean soul, I mean like, fucking Shaft type of soul. He doesn't have any fucking groove whatsoever.
You mean he doesn't have the Lorenzo Soul coin that we were just promoting a moment ago? Or no?
I mean, he needs just a little bit of black man in him just walking around like goddamn Frankenstein.
He's rich enough for long enough. He's definitely had black man in him at some point. I mean, why not? You want to try everything. JFK Head Chunk, Autism Speaks. Thank you, JFK Head Chunk. This is the moment, though, from this speech that got a lot of attention. EZ and I commented on it, and I think the chat will. If I had to guess, Eric, the chat's going to say this is no big deal, and maybe it's not because he probably does this a lot. But he's talking here.
For making it happen. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you for making that happen. And I think that this is one of those times where I don't have to actually tell the audio audience what he did because everybody's seen it. Everybody's very quick to make the point of like, oh, look at all these other times that Democratic politicians put their arm out like that. I actually think he was not trying to do a Nazi salute during the speech. But as I was telling Easy before we started, I think he just does a Nazi salute so often that it's second nature. So he kind of forgot that he probably shouldn't.
Right, right. He was not doing. I mean, if he was a Nazi, if you were really doing that salute like he always does when he's not on TV, his hand would have been higher and he would have put it out in front of him and said, Sieg Heil, which he does all the goddamn time.
Which for $500, Easy and I can be doing that for you guys after every video.
As far as Nazi salutes go, that was a shit Nazi salute. Yeah. It was so bad that it's not a Nazi salute.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes has notes. He's like, look, if you're going to do it for real, you fat tub of lard.
Right. Okay.
CNN didn't know how to cover it right after it happened. And there's a lot of coverage. There's a lot of people taking it super seriously. But the way that they're just baffled, this one was funny to me.
You can hear all right, so we just showed that. We just showed that.
Right. It's worth salute. It was quick. I think our viewers are smart and they can take a look at that, but it certainly was. It's not something that you typically see at American political rallies.
So this is, of course, Aaron Burnett from CNN on the left, and on the right, I believe that's Ron Burgundy, the legendary broadcaster that we all know very well. They're like, I think they all saw it, so, but they don't even want to say what they think it is.
No,
because
which is
CNN
weak
so
as fuck. If you're gonna dance around it, I think that's horrible.
Yeah.
Just say it. Just say what you think is going on there. Who gives a fuck? I mean, people say whatever they want these days.
Yeah, come on. The 90s are back, I mean, there's nothing to complain about. Someone who might want to complain, obviously, we all get embarrassed by our parents at some point, and you apparently can still be embarrassed by your dad even when he's the president.
Aaron, has anyone ever heard of him?
And there, look at him. All 6'9" of them.
He's a beast.
Yeah. And a big reaction from the crowd. He never looks more like his dad than he does here because he's pointing. They're chanting Barron, so he puts the ear up.
Yep.
He's doing the point and
like
the
this is where
up.
my dad got shot.
Right here.
God, he's come so far. Everybody thought he was a retard in 16.
Yeah.
17.
He knew the youth.
But now we all know that the retard in the family is actually right there on the screen. Second from the left. There's Eric.
He's horrible.
Yeah, he's still. Yeah.
We won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one and that one. And we did a lot of them.
And now he's like, all right, that's enough. He
is shy as fuck.
He's huge. And
wait
remember,
a minute, I have a question.
Yeah,
those other Trumps, those are his half brothers?
Yeah.
Eric and the other old fucks, those are his
Tiffany
half-brothers.
is a half brother from Marla Maples. Half sister. So there's a lot of half siblings in that family. So Junior, Eric, and Ivanka, those are the three that are from Ivana Trump. They're the ones that he really likes. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Now he goes to he's attending university. I think he goes to NYU.
He goes to NYU. Yeah. Remember, we had a video of a bunch of kids talking about. I remember there was a girl who was very interested in finding out where Barron Trump was.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, my mom would probably want me to, go say hi to him. So
I wonder what that's like if, you like befriend him. I mean, that must be really, really odd to suddenly you start like becoming pals with the guy and he invites you over to the fucking White House and shit.
Yeah.
I just can't even imagine what this life is like.
No, I mean, it's, the last time that, where he like spent time in the White House, I mean, that was probably weirder to try and be his friend because it's like you come over to the house. Well, here I was going to say he lives in a dorm, but there's no way this kid lives in a dorm at NYU. His dad like gave him a couple of brownstones and were like, yeah, have fun. All right. Just make sure there's no cameras turned on whenever you're
right.
So that obviously reflects the fact that some would say that Donald Trump wouldn't be where he is without his family. Ultimately, he wouldn't be where he is without all the tech money that he got the last few years, but he wouldn't have been able to get the tech money if not for his family. And obviously, a big event like this is a rare time that Melania Trump shows up. And we've just got a few videos of just some celebration between the two of them that don't even look remotely transactional, that there's, no paid amount. There's no agreement that she said that she would have to show up at the inaugural ball. You can just see the love between the two of them.
Melania Trump.
She's looking around and waving at anyone else in the room. Anytime his face gets close to hers, she pulls back, like way back.
Oh.
And yeah. I mean, just imagine what
Ladies and gentlemen,
those fingers
please
smell
welcome
like.
Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance.
So he's giving a
Second Lady, Usha
fist
Vance.
bump to his boy, J.D. Vance. And she's like, okay, I'm still not going to lean in close. And this is a little bit later. He belts out a song. She would really like him to stop because she hates being there anyway, but this is really uncomfortable. How many times do you think he's gone in for a kiss and she's peeled her head back?
I'm shocked she's smiling. And that's what he's probably whispering into her ear.
Yeah.
You better fucking smile. You better keep smiling there, bitch.
Remember, there's a line in the contract that says you have to smile every time.
What
the
a
biggest
smoke
smiles,
show.
the best smiles, the Melania smiles.
It's not even close. Melania is so goddamn hot.
Yeah.
He makes fucking JFK, what the fuck's wife? What was her name? Jackie O. Look like a ugly fucking whore.
You know, you talk about a butterface, all right? Please. And just the things she let the Onassis family do to her.
Oh,
so
God, what a babe. My God, is she a smoke show?
There's been a lot of attention to the hat that Melania wore, but multiple people have pointed out that it had a function. I could have done a montage of all the people saying a variation on, oh, he found Carmen Sandiego. Okay, it was great, but just everybody had the same joke. So she has that hat on that everybody saw. And at this moment, we finally realized, oh, this is why she wore the hat, because he comes in for a kiss and he cannot kiss her.
Can't do it
because the hat doesn't let his face get close enough. So I think that's another win for Melania there. Just tried to show it again, but I'm not smart enough. There we go.
God, did it fend him off?
He's
outstanding.
Yeah. Well, he's used to going in for that fake air kiss and not actually getting what it is that he wanted. So,
did you see the other comparisons of who she looked like?
Well, there's one that our buddy Jimmy Fallon's going to mention in a second.
Oh, good.
So let's we can sort of riff on that because let's take a look. Let's fast forward to later in the evening when Jimmy Fallon came out on the Tonight Show, and I remembered that I have to mute the entrance because the band is playing their theme song, and I don't think we have Roots money to pay them royalties. So he's out there. Yeah, so there he is, clapping. He's got the hat on. All right.
They talk over it. We're talking over it.
No, this is fine.
Thank you. Welcome to the Tonight Show. Thank you very much. After this, we're going to play Who Wore It Better, me, Melania, or the Hamburglar?
It's okay. It's an all right joke. The hamburger comparison was the next one after Carmen Sandiego. Did you hear some others, Easy?
No, those were the two.
Yeah.
Those were the two. Can you imagine the guy on the Tonight Show whose job it was to find that fucking hat?
Yeah, if I know anything about how it worked, they made the hat because it would be easier than actually finding that hat.
Yeah, it looks a little fucky.
Yeah.
It does look fucky.
I like the way you described it. It does look a little fucky, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
Okay, it's over. Let's toss the hat.
Well, guys, enjoy yourself. Guys, today Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th president of the United States. Yeah.
Boo.
We're all united. That's great to know.
That's why I left this
America's
part in.
rolling the dice with the second Trump presidency. It's like we somehow survived the first Squid Game and then signed back up for a second. It's like we won, kind of.
I forgot I left that joke.
God, does he suck cock?
that was why I left
What a
that
pile
joke.
of shit.
So I did like that. You figure New York City TV, late night TV taping, the audience is just going to boo for Trump. So I thought it was interesting that there were enough people that were like, no, wait, we're actually happy about this. Fuck these guys. We're allowed to clap for this now. And he had a little bit more fun here, Jimmy.
Because of the weather, they also canceled the inauguration parade. When he heard that, Eric Trump was like, wait, so you're telling me SpongeBob won't be here? This afternoon, Trump was sworn in on two Bibles. Abraham Lincoln's and his own personal Bible. Yeah, you could tell which was which because one was 200 years old. The other was a menu from the Cheesecake Factory.
Eat shit.
Turn
You
your
suck.
hymnal to the bottom of page 2.
Oh.
Jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon.
That was why I had to go back in on a second clip because I know how much you hate this stuff.
So
did you hear the
fucking
way he
miserable.
said jalapeno poppers? It sounds like when Trump talks.
God.
As much
Are we
as
this stupid? Are you and I this fucked up? Are we this bad?
yeah, I mean, I think that this is probably what we look like to a true comedy Legion of Doom member like Chad Zumach. This is probably what we look like.
Hey, who's Tom Gully? I've seen more than one mention.
I see that mention. I'm actually not sure.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
During his address, Trump laid out some pretty bold objectives. He said, first things first, we're going to plant a flag on Mars and return Elon Musk to his home planet. That's what we're going to do. First things first.
You hear that big laugh?
And here's why I went on to play that one. There is a 0% chance that that's the actual reaction that got there in the audience.
Right.
That is definitely a sweetened laugh. So obviously we're visiting late night, and we should check on the other Jimmy. I am going to give Jimmy Kimmel some credit here. He did not cry.
No, he didn't cry.
It was probably a very sad day for him.
Wow.
As we can imagine.
Last time we saw him, he was fake crying about the fires, like he was actually sad.
Yeah, because his house was no doubt fine, but he'll be okay if it wasn't. So let's see what Jimmy Kimmel had to say at the end of the night.
McRib is back for a limited time, only 4 years.
Wanted to let the joke breathe a little bit. Pause for laughter.
Today at noon Eastern, our long national nightmare was officially sworn in a second time.
So that's not really a joke. That's that's how you really feel. Yeah, that's not even trying to be funny.
He's leaning too. He's leaning one way. It's weird.
Maybe had a cocktail or two.
Donald Trump became the first convicted felon to be sworn in as president of the United States today. He is selling inauguration Bibles to celebrate. He launched a new meme coin over the weekend to the tune of, some say, $41 billion. He launched his own cryptocurrency days before he became president. I hope we all understand how crazy that is. The president of the United States following in the footsteps of the Hawk-Tua girl.
I didn't hate that. I didn't hate that joke.
No, it wasn't bad.
No, that one's all right.
Well, the thing is, he delivers better. He's just better at it.
He's much better at this than Jimmy.
Constantly rolling a big boulder uphill, and then it rolls back on him, and it kills him every time. Comes back to life.
To pat a dying art form on the back, it's probably because Jimmy came up in radio, so he understands how to, enunciate and do this. Whereas Jimmy Fallon was just doing a bunch of dumb characters on SNL.
Was below freezing in Washington today. It's the only reason that Bible didn't burst into flames when they swore Trump in. They had to move the festivities indoors, which was actually better for Trump, harder for Melania to escape.
So the burst into flames joke, undid all the goodwill, but I didn't hate that one, So, look, we're going to give credit. He didn't cry, all right? And the chat might hate these jokes, but
no, they do. You know how it is. It's a cynical bunch. Yeah. I mean, and I don't blame them. But those jokes were better, and they were delivered better.
Yeah, delivered better. And we're very quick to point out when Jimmy Kimmel embarrasses himself. I really like this one.
Kamala Harris invited J.D. Vance to the vice president's residence at the Naval Observatory for a ceremonial humping of the Millard Fillmore futon.
The problem with that joke. I gotta say, I like that. So they did kind of what you expect, and Colbert was not trending. So maybe we'll look at him for next week. I have to say that the people who I expected to really deliver amazing clips just let me down. And of course, I'm talking about The View. And I think it's because Whoopi wasn't there today. So Joy is in the host chair.
So if he's sending all the criminals away, where is he going?
Oh, shit, you did it, Joy! Because he's a criminal. Good work.
And what better way to unify the country than by ripping families apart and punishing anyone who doesn't fall in line?
Woo!
Again, Joy Behar's a comedian. I think it's important to point out that, Well,
no, she's pissed. She is pissed.
She is definitely pissed.
So I watched the whole thing because I have a certain masochistic streak in me.
You do.
What about the rest of you?
Yeah, so what about the rest of you? I watched it. Did any of you decide to do your homework?
And not to waste time on doing things that...
Go ahead, sorry.
No. I was just going to say, it's to me, these people, at this point, they just seem like they're not getting over it. It's like there's nothing they can do. And it seems almost pointless for them to bitch about the same old shit because we've known all this shit and nobody gave a fuck when they elected them into the office.
Yeah.
So get over it, you know?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
And not to waste time on doing things that bring you no joy and make you infuriated, like watching her swearing in.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch a single second
Who
of
is
it.
this housekeeper?
I did read the speech, and I read a lot about it.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger sees this and goes, "Oh wait, hold on a second."
I don't even know who this person is.
Anna Navarro. She's been on for a while.
I have no idea.
And honestly, I just want to make the point. She's like, "Oh, I didn't watch a second of it. I just read about it." Okay, then why are you on a show talking about it?
Right.
Because look, oh my gosh, who cares what that thought was? Dame Taft with $9.99. Sorry, I can't watch with these broadcasters live. I have to be at work. Chief Brody wants to close the beaches. Not in this America. The beaches are open for business, Dame Taft. You can take a long lunch. Everything's going to be fine. So yeah, and look, at least I will give Joy credit. At least she watched it because she hosts what's essentially a news conversation show. Anna's like, yeah, I can't possibly watch that. Somebody who we've featured a lot on this show since it started. I'm going to be very interested in seeing the role that they play. Our buddy Peter Doocy, obviously the back and forth with the Biden press secretary, Karine Paul-Pierre, whatever her name was. It doesn't really matter what her name is anymore. We'll literally never see her again, except she'll probably have a show on MSNBC. Anyway, he's still going to be hanging around the White House, and he actually provides a great service to the Trump administration. And that's why I'm a little worried because it's like he's talking to his buddy here.
President Trump, did President Biden leave you a letter?
He may have. Wait. Don't they leave it in the desk? I don't know.
He's looking for it now.
Oh.
What's in there?
Thank you, Peter. It could have been years before we found it. Wow. Thank you.
Can you read that on the outside?
Maybe we should all read it together.
Yes, please.
Well, maybe I'll read it first and then make that determination.
No!
Peter, thank you very much. I may not have seen this for months.
Happy to help with the passing of the torch.
I did. I left him one in the desk just like this.
Yeah, it's the one thing he did 4 years ago.
I have so many questions. A, why aren't you reading it out loud? And then B, what did you leave? What note did you leave that fucking idiot when you left office?
It's interesting because Biden never talked about what was in the letter. He said that, no, it was personal. And and look, at this point, there's no way he remembers. What did Dwyer Christian say?
He says Biden took a muddy shit and pressed his asshole against the letter.
Dwyer Christian's onto something. That's probably why he didn't open it. Honestly, it's a lose-lose for Trump. If he opens it and he reads it and it's a really nice, thoughtful, gracious letter, then he just looks like a dick. So if he says something shitty, he'll share it with us. Otherwise, that'll probably be the last time we ever hear about it.
Or he can just lie, open it up, and say, "Dear Donald, I'm going to fuck some whores, and I'm going to go rape some children. Signed, Joe Biden." Yeah.
Well, it could say that, or at the very least, it was great meeting your family earlier today. Their hair smelled wonderful. It could have been something along those lines.
Yeah, he could have said I would have absolutely have done that. He
But-
could have made up anything.
So shortly after this, Peter Doocy has a follow-up question, which he's addressing an issue we spent most of an episode on when our buddy Don Jameson was on.
Will you use your powers of the presidency to tell Americans who are concerned about drones?
Yeah. Oh, good.
Drones.
I will.
Can you tell us now?
In fact, I'd like to know because I just got here.
What do you think?
I just came here. I've been here for 15 minutes now.
Do people listening, because this is going out live.
And I got to read this letter too because of you. I found this letter.
He's fucking funny.
It's a pretty great Trump moment, isn't it?
I just got here, asshole.
Yeah,
And you want
he's
me
like,
to deal with drones? I
look,
got this letter.
Yeah. Thanks to you, I have to read this fucking letter.
Yeah, fuck off. God damn it. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah.
Dick.
I can read it for you.
It's interesting. Yeah, I know you would. Your father would too.
But is it anything, these drones, is it anything that people need to be worried
No, I think
about?
it's terrible. I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of...
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie?
So Susie's going to find out, and we're going to finally know what
Susie.
Yeah, thank you, Susie. I'm glad. And say what you want about Trump, but he worked a lot yesterday. And he was up early
overturning
today.
the 14th Amendment.
He's trying. He's got to figure out if he
born
can do
here. Fuck you. You're not an American.
Yeah. No. This is for real Americans. This country. And speaking of someone who feels that this country's for real Americans, of course, Jesse Waters had a visit from Terry Hulk Hogan.
He's elated that Donald Trump is our president, but everywhere I go, nobody recognizes me.
What are you talking about?
They say, is that Hulk Hogan over there? Oh, wait, no, that might be Hulk Hogan. No, that's not Hulk Hogan. He doesn't wear a suit. You know, Jesse, that suit is holding me down. Just like that 4-year administration.
What are you going to do?
The lies, the cheating, all the stuff that's going on, brother. I feel like the veil's been lifted and that dark cloud. If I wasn't so tired, brother, I'd just rip all my clothes.
Oh, you're not tired.
No. You're not going to do it, are you? Oh, my God. He's going to do the thing he always does?
You know what? Donald Trump lifted the veil off America. Hold on, Jesse.
All right, here we go.
More border. Lower gas prices.
Yes.
We got real American beer.
The one thing I respect is that he promoted the beer on his first T-shirt that he's about to rip. And yes, it's going to happen. He rips it.
Trump-a-mania, brother.
So, yeah, and we don't always have this segment here on the show, but I'll officially nominate that for this.
Cringe of the week. Cringe of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely what that was. Just like...
I wanted to hear fucking Brad Delp and this cocksucker's going on and on.
Yeah, no, there was no hearing that. Before we close the book on the inauguration, obviously people were having fun on a day like this. This comes from our buddy, the great Reverend Shitstain, posted this on our Discord, which we do have our own channel for Who Are These Broadcasts. Calvertons points out that he's purple. He is purple. That's a great observation. Thank you, Calvertons, who's been here since before the show started. We always appreciate that. All right, so we have a caller called in to C-SPAN, so clearly someone with a lot of free time.
Jacob joins us from Ohio, Independent Line.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, earlier I heard someone say that they didn't like that there were priests and religious people. I actually think that's the best part of all this. Catholicism is true. Pope Francis will take over the country. Very based, very epic. I wish I could have voted for Trump, but sadly he wasn't Catholic enough for me. Maybe the candidate next time will be. Although I do appreciate all the Catholic stuff that is present at this inauguration.
That is Jacob joining us from Ohio. Just to show you a headline from the.
So the reason I'm sharing that is not because the guy's call was so great. It's the way that C-SPAN realizes, oh yeah, all we really are is a place for people to make prank phone calls. And, I think that that's essentially what they do. And the hosts are very well versed in the best thing to do is don't give them any oxygen. Let them say their dumb shit, and then you just kind of move on. So we have one more from C-SPAN.
Graham in Jersey City, New Jersey, Democrats line.
Hi, I want to wish everyone a happy MLK Day. I hope everyone's staying warm. A bit disappointed how the election turned out. I think it would have been great to see a female president inaugurated today. And while I'm disappointed in the American people and their desire to see another 4 years of Trump, I'm a bit more disappointed in the selection committee for not picking Alabama for the college football playoff finals. Picking inferior teams like SMU and Indiana. Truly dark times in America.
Okay. Graham there. We got pictures of more of the president's hopeful cabinet.
The only reason I like those two calls is the way that he's like, Okay, there's Graham. So now, like, just nothing. Literally, don't give them anything. I like that. That's my favorite thing about C-SPAN.
I would have debated him. I would have said, bullshit. Indiana had a great year. You know,
I mean, Bama lost 3 times. You know, what do you want? You know, so
and then they got jail sexed by Michigan. So fuck you. You know,
they did get jail sexed, yes, and so that is a great way to transition a word that is no longer popular in this country, but we're going to transition out from inaugural talk. Who's not to say that we might have some more in the near future, but we're going to head on over to sports. But first, Chris Tuthill. I like Christian's Eric Zane joke on point to Apple Point, even if they gave him nothing for it. I think I said that it was when the Mud Shark was on. It was something about porn bombing, and I said I'm going to change my background to Eric Zane's taint. I believe that's what I said. Yeah. So I shouted you out, and it was maybe a very low key way to try to antagonize the Mud Shark because he does know your name, even though he doesn't know.
Of course
mine.
he does.
Yeah.
He worships me. He should be on my show. I think we would be a good team, frankly.
You and the Mud Shark?
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely. I would set aside differences. I'm still going to beat his ass, but I mean, physically, I'm going to beat him.
Right,
but I think we do a great show together.
Well, at least you and I do a great show together already. And let's, cleanse the palate from all this political talk and head on over to where the real men go, sports.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know what's society.
Once again, thanks to Doug from the Jingles department.
Jug.
And his jugs. Hold on. I was thinking about Point to Apple Point yesterday. In any case, you sent me this video. This is the Ohio State Buckeyes after winning the national championship. And they're in a golf cart. And even when I saw a woman was driving, I wasn't prepared for this.
Ryan J., you deserve it, brother. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. The best part of this clip isn't even what this broad does. Is this guy, right, who's filming it, who just keeps shouting at them the whole time.
Ryan J., you deserve it, brother. Thank you. Thank you. It's okay. It's okay.
Not okay.
It's not okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So the broad who was driving runs away.
Yes,
and,
she does run away. Now, I think if you were to go back and look at this football player with the black T-shirt on, he's laughing hysterically the whole time. Right there, he's pointing at Day and laughing because Day's fucking furious. He doesn't crack one smile.
It's okay. It's okay.
Look at the dude.
Day looks over at her like, are you fucking kidding me?
And whoever that football player is, he thinks it's the funniest fucking thing.
It is probably. I mean, look, he's in a good mood. They just beat Notre Dame for the national championship. So yeah, he's living his best life right now. And then this happens. You're like, this is even better. I didn't think the day could get better, but this is hysterical.
Oh, that's great. That is great. Day's he's furious that he lost to Michigan. He doesn't even care that they won the national.
No, he does not.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Everybody okay? Everybody okay?
That dude is still laughing at me.
Great.
Here comes Day.
You deserve it, brother. You fucking deserve it.
Wait, did he deserve the victory or did he deserve to get plowed into a brick wall? Which one is it, sir?
I'm not sure. I think he deserved the wall thing. He's an idiot.
Look, little column A, little column B. While we're visiting the world of football, the Fox had the Rams-Eagles game, and they decided to send Jay Glazer up to visit with some firefighters in the Pacific Palisades who are working so hard to put out a fire that, by the way, is still going on 2 weeks later.
It is? Really?
Yeah, it's not contained. So
But no one cares now, right?
No, they're working very hard at trying to contain it. Yeah.
No, I know, but I mean, like the whole world was sad
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I was never sad. I was happy.
No, I know you were laughing pretty hard.
But
you were hoping that the fire got Steve Gutenberg last week.
Right. I mean, I had fingers crossed that they were going to find some burnt bodies. But
So
whatever.
Fox sends Jay Glazer up there, and I'm sure it was going to be a heartwarming moment. But unfortunately, you can hear the crinkling of the papers in the studio, but not Jay Glazer up in Malibu.
All right. Obviously, we're having some audio issues with Jay. He's there.
Yeah. So remember, like I tell you every show, every mic's a hot mic as long as it's actually hot. So Jay Glazer, I mean, look at these guys. They're like, oh, man, we're going to be on TV. You know that he was going to talk to one of them.
Yeah.
There was like a moment that was planned. And instead, they're like, all right, let's look at some more game film. So better luck next fire, guys.
Jay Glazer looks like a pawn in the Hells Angels. He looks like a stoolie, for the fucking chapter in Oakland. God damn. He's
now I got to bring him back up because
look at
you're
him.
absolutely right. Yeah.
I think he's like 4'6", and he weighs like 250 pounds.
John Fetterman wishes he looked that good, but
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So obviously what did he say? Oh, spot the fatso.
Spot the fatso.
Oh, fun times. Thank you, Dewar Christian. So we're referencing the game between the Rams and the Eagles, which the Eagles did indeed win. And if you know anything about Philadelphia is how they basically live and breathe with the Eagles, as many in that area refer to them. But they put the team before maybe some of the fundamentals, like reading, arithmetic, and definitely writing. But here's the mayor of Philly trying to get her city amped up.
Hear you all say ELGSES, Eagles.
Sorry, what was that, honey?
Let me hear you all say ELGSES, Eagles.
Wow.
Let's go, Birds.
Wow, that was fucked.
But how many people standing behind you do you think realize that she spelled it wrong?
Oh, I know that cop did because he went for the A right after the E.
Yeah, he's trying to help. Yeah.
Ooh, boy, that's not good.
No. That was not good. So when they first started happening, we would show cutaways to Taylor Swift a lot on this show, and we would spend a lot of time. We haven't shown one maybe even all season. But the reason why I'm sharing this one is because of who she's sitting next to. And I thought that it might infuriate the people who hate seeing crowd shots of Taylor Swift to know she's sitting with Caitlin Clark.
Here in Kansas City, Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark, guard for the Indiana Fever. From Des Moines, been a Chiefs fan since she was a kid. The A
forgot that I
just below us here in Kansas City, Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark, guard for the Indiana Fever. From Des Moines, been a Chiefs fan since she was a kid.
What a plain Jane, and look at that honker. God
okay, but
damn, is she ugly?
If your dick had to, I mean, no, right?
I put no.
Would you go with this? Would you go with this broad in the background?
I would have sex with the dude behind her before I'd have sex with Caitlin Clark.
Well, now see, that's just reinforcing the stereotypes about you that people say in our chat. Easily.
I get that all the time. I know. 8% gay, maybe more. But Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest bow wows I have ever seen in my life. It's horrible.
The biggest bow wows. I appreciate that. So the ESPN did get some criticism for the way that they covered an incident that happened during that game. So Chris Boyd of the Texans is not happy with his coach, and he lets him know. And Stoneman623 points out that Easy prefers Brittany Griner. Look, she's going to have good weed, so at least there's that,
Who took his helmet off.
So Chris Boyd is pissed, tosses his helmet.
That got the 15-yard penalty. Then Frank Ross gets shoved by Chris Boyd. When Boyd got back to the sideline.
The weird flex.
Yeah.
Because he pushed him weird, and then he's kind of like in a weird posture. What was he doing there? That's very strange.
Yeah, but I guess that people felt like Joe Buck should have denounced that, but I was like, well, it's good for the show, So
Yeah, I mean, I think every NFL game should have that. I think coaches should sneak up on the players when they're on the bench and their helmets are off, and just take the helmet and just bash them over the head with it.
So the other NFL action was Carl's Buffalo Bills beating the Baltimore Ravens, and we'll take a look at something that happened in that game in a moment. But this I enjoyed very much. Over on ESPN, Scott Van Pelt was excited to talk to Damar Hamlin after the Bills game.
Damar, hey, it's Scott Van Pelt here on Sports Center. Can you hear me?
Bro, it's taking too long.
Can you hear me? Damar and Scott, can you
You're
hear
going to have
me?
a heart attack.
Hey, Damar and Scott Van Pelt, can you hear me?
I don't hear nobody, bro. I'm on a dip.
Okie doke. He's gonna dip. Good times. Damar and Scott, can you hear me?
Try one more time.
I'm going to dip.
Back to the highlight. Why wouldn't we?
So as I shout out a lot on this show, there is a website and an account on X called Awful Announcing, where yes, we do get a lot of these great clips from. On their post, Scott Van Pelt does comment, yeah, that was frustrating. I was glad he came back a few minutes later and we had the interview. And I'm not. I wish that he missed it. And I'm like, no, SVP, we don't want that. We like the idea that you were so pissed that he couldn't hear you.
So when that happened, had he just waited, and let's say the next time they met in the same exact scenario, if you're Hamlin, you do it again. Even if you can't hear him, like, this ain't working, man. Fix
He's
your
like,
shit.
My favorite part of the clip is when he's like, okay, he's gonna dip. Yes, he is indeed gonna dip. So that game basically turned I believe it was after the 2-minute warning or right before it. The Ravens got a late touchdown, and all they needed to do was have a 2-point conversion to tie it. And I don't want the impartial call from the CBS booth, but fortunately, it didn't take a lot of work to find the call from Ravens Radio.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wait. There we go. No, that's him again. God damn it. I'm going to dip on my own clip.
I'm going to dip.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
You don't get your shit together.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, it's
all right.
It's a new America. I don't have to work.
It's okay.
hard.
It's all right. All right.
Bateman has come back into the huddle. It's a 2-point conversion to tie this game with 1:33 left to play. The Ravens break the huddle. Tylan Wallace splits wide to the left. Bateman wide to the right. Derrick Henry in the backfield. Sets in the slot to the right. For the tie, the 2-point conversion. Lamar takes the snap, rolls to the right, throws, complete. No!
He
dropped it, Mark Andrews.
So I do love the moment.
The snap, rolls to the right, throws, complete. No!
He
dropped it. Mark Andrews hit him in the hands. And Mark Andrews dropped it as he fell into the end zone.
One of the most sure-handed players.
Yeah, not today. And he had a drop earlier in the game.
You know, when I can't even be sad because of plays like this. The Ravens, Lamar, he's been nothing but a pile of shit his entire career in the postseason. But finally, you can tie the goddamn game, and this asshole fucks it up.
Yeah, well, they still had a chance. They went for the onside kick.
If they don't get it, it's on to the offseason.
You got to declare your kick. I hate that.
I do hate that.
Justin Tucker sets the ball close to the left hash mark. Tucker, onside kick, bangs it toward the middle. It is bouncing, and it is gobbled up by Rasul Douglas of the Bills at the Ravens' 47-yard line.
I love the contrast of the home crowd losing their shit, and the Ravens announcers are like.
But I'm glad the Bills won, because that's like my backup team. If the Lions can't win,
I thought it was because you want Carl to be happy.
No, I never want Carl to be
No,
happy.
Okay, that's fair.
You know, I mean, but at the same time, the goddamn Bills are talk about futility. They make I don't give a shit about the Lions when it comes to futility compared to the Bills. The Bills, it's a million times worse.
Sure, yeah, and that is the only team that plays in the state that I was born in. New York State is the only NFL team that plays in New York State. So,
you gotta love the Bills. Besides, they got a chance to fuck up the Chiefs, and everybody hates the goddamn Chiefs, but the refs are probably gonna fuck the Bills right in the asshole.
Yes, without lube, by the way, which is, come on, let's be kinder and gentler. It's going to be cold that day. So you referenced Lamar Jackson a moment ago, and I was so glad to hear that because I just have a little snippet. You do have to give it a close listen. I had to search for the unbleeped version. He was very upfront about how he felt the game went. Here he is doing cosplay as Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe.
Penalties play a factor. Tonight, Eternal can't have that shit.
Can't have that shit.
And that's why we lost the game. Because as you can see, you're moving the ball wonderfully. Just hold on to the fucking ball. Sorry for my language.
Just hold on to the fucking ball. It's good. You're mad. No time to throw your teammates under the bus. Oh wait, no, it's exactly the time to throw your teammates under the bus.
I like how he set it up with a couple of, I had a couple turnovers, but then he gets to that and just lets the guy have it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think that
God.
So we have some more stuff that I wanted to get to last week, and don't worry, we won't let this go past the 90-minute mark, easy. But I feel like we need to follow up on our buddy Jason Whitlock because now it's been 2 weeks since we talked about it. So I feel like I need to recap what happened. He commented on the behind the scenes Fox Sports, some personnel issues. And he had some thoughts on how that went.
I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly. It's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack. Like, Jay, keep your distance.
It's worse with time. Gets worse.
Oh, it gets worse, especially when a full week later, he doubled down on it.
I don't think saying that Joy Taylor has a big rack, I don't think that's profane, in my opinion. Maybe I'll listen to the rest of y'all. Hit me over email, hit me over Twitter or X, and explain to me how big rack is some sort of over-the-top, inappropriate word.
No, that's not the problem.
Or big cans is some sort of over-the-top, inappropriate word. Explain that to me, because you're talking to someone who's a recovering profanity-aholic. You're talking to someone who, used to say MF as a term of endearment. And
By the way, we have to shout out whoever works with him there at the Blaze and did indeed create peanut butter jars with her picture on them.
With the
that's not
in a
we
bra.
didn't. We didn't. Right, we didn't do that. The Jason Whitlock, fearless with Jason Whitlock, which there's no shortage of great clips. Let's let him continue.
Corrected a lot of that, and anybody that's watched this show has seen me improve my language tremendously. And so I'm not ready to go there that big cans and a big rack is somehow across the profanity line. I just don't buy it. But maybe some of you all can explain it to me. Back it up with some scripture when you try to explain it to me.
Yeah, let's get the scripture.
Don't just come to me with your opinion. Back it up biblically, and maybe I'll listen. So what did I say? I said big rack, a pair of cans, and peanut butter skin. Someone walk me through how peanut butter skin is some sort of derogatory, inappropriate description of Joy Taylor or any woman. I am not the only man that's attracted or peanut butter skin is attractive to.
I'd like to open it up to the chat. I'm just curious how many people watching right now. We've got more than 100 people watching. How many of you out there are fans of peanut butter skin? Just want to do.
Right.
I would do one of those polls, but I don't know how to do it. So, yeah, he really doubles down on that, and he also doesn't take kindly. So, Troy Smith says, "What's that?"
Troy says, "I'm hard. Keep talking."
Well, he's gonna. Hamilton Burger with $2 Canadian. Now, when Whitlock says MF, he means Milky Fun Bags. Thank you.
You know what's interesting is I didn't think the problem was that he was talking about her big rack, and I think it was more like when he said, "I know what I'm capable of."
Yeah.
I mean, it was real rapey.
Yeah, he was
that
like,
to me was the problem. He was making himself say like he would lose control and like force himself on her. Am I missing that?
No. It's I was not going to be able to keep these ham hands off of that big rack.
Yeah,
and that peanut butter skin. Yeah, I think that's what he was saying.
He's just kind of like missing the point that what people.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they were pissed off that he was saying big rack, but I thought it was more like just he sounded like he was a fucking rapist.
It was more what he said. What the implication was that he would do with the big rack.
Right.
So our buddy Jason Whitlock's not done. He's decided to also try and take on Dave Portnoy from Barstool.
Right. Talking about Joy Taylor. Who effing cares if they had consensual relationship or not? And since when is Acho some heavyweight who gets people promoted? I honestly don't even know why Joy Taylor is in the lawsuit, because she was mean to her hairdresser, yet simultaneously spilled her guts to her. Makes zero sense. Dave Portnoy, no common sense here. No biblical wisdom here.
Because Jason Whitlock's a preacher now, so there's no biblical wisdom for the guy who runs Barstool.
Isn't he like siding with her or siding with him?
Yeah, I think so.
He's kind of siding with him here, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, the reason I have this is because I appreciate the way that that Jason Whitlock is going to continue reading some of these comments, but staying away from the profanity.
Okay.
Dave Portnoy, and again, I'm not saying this to disparage, I'm just speaking factually. He's a sexual degenerate that can't tame his lust for young women, and probably enjoys being empowered at Barstool and the offers that he gets from young women that would love to work.
So Jason Whitlock is really implying something here.
This is a goddamn lawsuit here.
Right, exactly. And we're not endorsing this.
This
is what Jason Whitlock said. But again, shout out to the graphics department who created a graphic that says "Bone Jugs in Harmony" with Joy Taylor. I think we have to give credit to that.
At Barstool or love to benefit financially from Dave Portnoy. And so what has Joy Taylor done wrong here? She's pleasured her boss in Emmanuel Acho and hopefully countless others. That's a good thing. We need more of that.
I mean, if you're a boss, absolutely.
Dave Portnoy doesn't operate from the same biblical morality that I do. And many
serious
of you do.
about the biblical thing?
I think so. Yeah.
He's
being real. I thought it was
Dave
being
Portnoy
facetious.
calling BS. I think on the Skip Bayless aspect,
BS. Yeah. So he's effing and BS. It's like you're a grown up. You can talk like a grown up.
Yeah, you can't.
I know you're on Glenn
one
Beck's
show,
channel, but
talk about how you want to rape the chick with big jugs, or you say, I know what I'm capable of because you got a big rack and peanut butter skin, and then in the next breath say this has to come from a biblical standpoint. Oh man, shut up! Fuck is he doing?
I like that he sounds like Shannon Sharp when you have him talk. This is one you sent me a couple weeks ago. We just didn't have time to get to it last week. This is a commentary from UCLA head basketball coach Mick Cronin, and our buddy Kevin Brennan has played a snippet of this. He uses it when he's trying to talk to comedians who are delusional, like Tom Myers and Ray DeVito. So we're going to play the whole thing, but I'll highlight the part that KB likes to use.
Don't play. We're soft. So don't tell me you want to win. Like, just don't tell me you want to win. So don't tell me you want to win. It's crazy, you know, and it's every day. I'm tired of it. It's every day. I have the most energy of anybody at practice every day. I'm upset with everybody in that locker room, my assistant coaches and my players. I mean, I don't need to do anything else. I almost got 500 wins. I'm only 53. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. But yet I come in and I have more passion and energy and pride than everybody in. That's the problem. So what the truth of it is, Ben, it's really hard to coach people that are delusional.
So this is where Kevin Brennan always starts it, with that right there, because he is talking to the Tom Myers and the Ray DeVito.
Of it is, Ben, it's really hard to coach people that are delusional. The hungry dog gets the bone.
Oh, yes.
We got guys that think they're way better than they are. They're nice kids. They're completely delusional about who they are.
Yeah. So
that is the antithesis of the player's coach. He is fucking mean to them. He's like making them. That's like Herb Brooks, U.S. Hockey, 1980. He's trying to get the fucking team to bond together to hate him in order to like show him up.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a lost art form of coaching.
See,
Nobody does that anymore.
That works because he's calling out the team. Remember, we had I think it was Arizona State talking about how bad their kicker was, so they were going to have open tryouts. But that you're calling out one kid, and I do mean kid. This is like the whole team is all delusional.
He's
I
trying
like
to fire them up because he wants to be hated to get them to win. And and that sounds like a fucking fun time because he's just laying it on so thick. Jesus Christ.
Well, we can close things out with a fun local radio call. I'm not going to make you sit through a call from the Lions game that you ended up not watching.
No, I don't care.
This is from 2 weeks ago. So this is the Commanders, but this is them beating Denver as time expired. And this is an all-time great local radio homer for their team call.
Is looking to send Washington into the divisional round. Snap good, hold down, kick on its way. It is good! The Cardiac Commanders are the Clutch Commanders. They do it again. We'll see you in Detroit. And Zane Gonzalez kicks in the door and kicks us into the second round of the playoffs.
And of course, this is in Tampa.
That's London Fletcher, former player London Fletcher. He's a classic. No, they're a great fucking story.
Yeah, it is a great story. They had a slightly better story than I guess the Lions did.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this team for 30 years, chicks would work there and just get raped, and then they sold the team finally, and new owner, new coach, new GM, rookie quarterback. And you know, all this shit. And the kicker's a retard. I don't know if you saw the kicker. He's completely retarded.
They didn't even, because they had to wait because that kick is a doink off the upright, but it was fair.
Yeah, he's got like OCD. Like you'll see him doing weird shit on the sideline. He's juggling. He's running in circles. He's picking his asshole. Runs on the field, kicks the fucking ball a mile. I don't know how the fuck he does it.
Yeah,
but it's incredible,
and it's something that within the division, Cowboys fans can appreciate the fact that the Washington team was able to actually get good as soon as Dan Snyder was gone. One day, Jerry Jones will be dead. It's not anytime soon, but one day he won't be involved. And one last memory of your Lions from a few weeks ago. This was an odd clip that we didn't have time, but now you know what this one is. Yeah. So you can try to talk about
gotten
this.
any treatment from the medical staff.
There it is down on the ground.
Jake Bate with this.
Softball.
That is the face
that
you have when there's a guy with his dick in your ass. That's the face that you make.
That explains the video we just.
How he was doing, he said he was fine.
So
that explains
he's
the
rolling.
video.
He's laying on a ball, loosening up his leg, but it just looks. like he's got this come hither look on his face. He's way enjoying it. And then you can see his little pecker tip right there. Oh, God damn.
Yeah. Joe Buck had some fun with that clip, is what we were hearing.
Treatment from the medical
There he is.
staff,
He's
he
really
was on
just
his
grinding
left
it
hip.
in
He
there.
had a softball. You've probably done that at home when you've had like a knot in your body somewhere. That's what it looked like he was doing.
Okay,
I asked him how
that's
he was
good.
doing. He said he was fine.
That explains the video we just showed.
Anyway, there was going to be no time to use that if I didn't just throw it in right there. Tony Muskrat became a YouTube member. Congratulations to the great Tony Muskrat. We appreciate that, and we appreciate all of the great Tony Muskrat's musical contributions over the years. You too can become a member. Go to whoarethese.com or subscribe on the YouTube page. Patreon.com, Who Are These Podcasts. And I remember now that I forgot to put the crawl on the bottom. I'd gotten really good about that. Hackamania is happening in Las Vegas, May 9th through the 11th. Make sure you use promo code WATP for that. Eric Zane, where can people find more of you?
Well, that would be Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on Twitch at Eric Zane Live. All one word. I take my show live every day. The audio from it becomes the audio podcast, and away we go. That's all you need. Anything else you'll figure out during that show, like spots on my Patreon and things like that. But just check out the free show. Tell me what you think. No, actually, don't tell me what you think.
No.
Just go there and watch it at Eric Zane Live on Twitch, 10 a.m. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Friday.
And you can just hit play and walk out of the room because that counts as
I don't
views.
care if
So,
you enjoy it or watch it even. Just I need people. I need to average like 75 people a show for like a whole month. And I've never, ever gotten it once.
Not even once.
I don't even think I've averaged 60 people for one show. Like when people come in here and say, oh, you assholes, you only got 70 people in here. I'm like, that is huge for me.
Yeah, Vince the lawyer tried that last week. And I said, no, this is actually a much bigger crowd than we're used to.
Come on over, see how it is to watch me do a monologue style show for 2 hours screaming at clouds.
And just a little bit more than a week ago, you had me on. So if people don't get enough of us here, they can find me talking about the fires in Los Angeles. And you can find me over on the Blackcast, BLADTCAST. That is my personal podcast. And I always like to make sure everybody knows about 100 songs that define heavy metal. You can find that wherever podcasts are found. I'm very rarely on that show. Someone who knows a lot more about heavy metal, Brian Slagle from Metal Blade Records, is the host. So check that show out.
You need to be on it. Fuck that shit.
I was on the one about Black Sabbath's War.
You need to be on all of them.
Well, I have to edit that show. So the fact that I don't have to edit my own voice makes it a lot more pleasant for me, Eric.
Yeah,
so
whatever.
There's that. In any case, and you go to whoarethese.com and get the voicemail. We haven't gotten one in a while, and I'm not ashamed to beg for it. So if you're too cheap to send us a super chat, look up the number, leave us a voicemail, tell Carl it's for WATB, and we will take it there. In any case, thanks to everybody who joined us today. Thanks to Eric Zane, and of course, thanks to President Trump for really just providing for all of us. And the next 4 years of this show are going to be amazing, thanks to him, as long as Peter Doocy keeps asking him to open drawers in his office and see if there's anything in there. So until next time, I'm Christian Bladt reminding you that every mic is a hot mic, and I hereby welcome my liege Dom Diddy Donald into the White House again. I love that orange face and those perky lips. Damn. Fuck you, Zane. Oh. Sig Heil.